This morning I have the honor of sitting here with one of our awardee nominees who was actually selected for award for the 2024-2025 year for Rotary Club Lipa South. I want to introduce you to our past president, Ding Andal. Ding, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Ding Andal. I'm a 70-year-old father and grandfather. And I'm a Rotarian for 40 years now, running.
40 years?
Yeah, I was here. I was in Rotary in 1984.
Starting in 1984.
Yes, yes.
That's a lot. That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, anyway, I'm going to ask you some questions because you know there are so many things you had. Being an awardee, it means that a lot of people put their faith in you as having a track record of doing things, contributions to Rotary for helping people and establishing policies and everything within the Rotary organization. So let's talk a little bit about that, and let's talk a little bit about your Rotary journey. So my first question that I have for you is, what inspired you to join Rotary, and what's kept you engaged in it all these years?
Well, I was newlywed then, and my ninong, Dr. Cesar de Mayuga, came into my office and brought a letter from the president of Rotary Club of Lipa South, which was young then, 3 or 4 year old club then. And it says, you are invited to attend the meeting of Rotary, and in case you find it okay, then you may wish to join.
So what's kept you engaged in Rotary since 1984? Because that's a lot of years. What's the driving force behind it?
Well, I love it. I came the first time I attended. They were, you know, I respected them. I know they are the respected people of the city, and they are very friendly. And then I learned of the service
before self,
service works that they were doing to the community, various activities, and I tried to get involved in those, and I enjoyed them. You know, you have instantly you have acquaintances who are successful people, and then they are trying to help the less privileged. I think that is a joy. That is a privilege that I am with such kind of people, and I learned that I think the same way they do. Just as we struggle or we strive to move ahead, we try to lift the others and allow them to enjoy the benefits of the opportunities in the community.
Yeah, and that, in other words, it's a very rewarding thing.
Very rewarding.
Very rewarding. How has being part of Rotary shaped your personal life and your professional life?
How do you call this? The four-way test? Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Those are things that are very practical measure of what you are saying and doing.
Both in Rotary and in your professional and your personal life, right?
Yeah, personal life.
Everybody should follow those.
Yeah. And then, well, first, learning about the core values of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance. So I am acquainted with you. And acquaintance goes to friendship. Yeah. As an opportunity to serve other people.
That's correct.
The more friends you have and like-minded people, then there is more opportunity to that amplifies your capacity to do something for other people. Absolutely. And to the community.
Yeah. Another question that has to do with your journey. Can you share one memorable experience or project from your Rotary journey that left a lasting impact on you?
The 4U Plus project, that was an annual thing Rotary did before. I think that was a good journey. You think that you are part of a global movement to eradicate one source of the debilitating disease worldwide. And you are doing it here just as others are doing it on the other parts of the world. In the international convention, the first year I joined Rotary, and I was there as governor's aide to past District Governor Mount Kumagon, who was then proclaimed as the first district governor nominee of Rotary International District 3A2 then. And I was fortunate that I didn't know that was such an important event. It was also the proclamation also of the first and so far the only Filipino Rotary International president.
Okay.
Matt Caparas was then proclaimed as the president nominee of our Rotary International during the 1985 Kansas City Convention. So a lot of Filipinos there. We were very proud. And of course, the Rotary Club of Lipa South Rotarians. Imagine the first district governor of a district comes from our club.
So, Pipi Ting, let me ask you about your contributions to Rotary. What do you consider your most significant contribution to Rotary or the community?
Probably let's say, it's right there, you can see it now. The formation of the Rotary Club of Mataas na Kahoy. I made it I resolved before I was president that I would put up a Rotary Club in Mataas na Kahoy.
So you were a significant influence on the establishment of that Rotary
Yeah,
Club.
because I made it a project during my term, including the formation of the Rotary Village Corps in the farthest barangay of Lipa, and then out of school community-based Rotary Club is still the only club that is existing in the town of Mataas na Kahoy. They reap the benefit of having a Rotary Club in your town, you know.
All projects that have to do with Rotary are not without challenges. What did you do to overcome like challenges, obstacles during your projects?
The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the development of acquaintance. That's friendship. It is important, I think, that people talk to each other on the level of friendship.
So I guess by what you're talking about, one of the big advantages about one of the core principles of Rotary is having acquaintances. You're able to delegate.
Yeah.
And that helps you achieve your objective and avoid obstacles and challenges inside there, because no one person can do it all on their own.
Especially in Rotary.
Especially in Rotary, yeah.
Especially in Rotary, you are not. They are not salaried people. They are not. You are all volunteers.
In all those projects and all the things, the contributions that you did over the years, are there any unsung heroes that you would like to recognize from all the hard work and all the things that you've achieved since 1984 with the Rotary?
The Rotarians who have worked with me, most of them have already gone out. But for example, Tita Nori is still there. Tita Nori.
She keeps us all going. She keeps us on our toes, right?
He's still, until now, she's working very hard to make certain that Rotary is in proper, sound
a lot of
organization
skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first inspiration, my ninong, Dr. Cesar Di Mayuga. Simon Kumagon. People from Mataas na Kahoy, from Cuenca, from Alitagtag and San Nicolas. Darlo Hinete. Attorney Darlo Hinete, Dr. Alex Ilang, during the formation of the Mataas na Kahoy, Mr. Fidel Rosales. The other one is now on a scholarship in Australia. He helped me establish international relations with Rotary Club of Okinawa. Ronel Del Rio, Rotarian Ronel Del Rio.
Okay.
Well, a lot of them.
Okay.
A lot of them. I think most of the Rotarians.
How do you think the effect of Rotary is on local and global, what do you think the effect is?
You will feel this during times of calamities. Rotarians are among the first groups who would gather themselves to help
Respond.
those, respond to those disastered communities. And also, the livelihood services, the livelihood projects that Rotary can deliver to those communities, changing not only the lives of one people or one family, but a community.
Let's get a little personal here. So I just want to ask you, what does receiving this award mean to you?
It's totally unexpected on my part, and I really felt that's much of an honor for me.
What advice would you give to somebody who is considering joining Rotary?
Come on, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You will enjoy, and then you will get to understand that people who need people are the luckiest people.
And I also think maybe it's a very intrinsic joy that you get, a reward that you get helping those who are in need and they can't help themselves.
That's true. That's very true.
We're all not here forever, so what do you want to leave as a legacy for your time that you spent with Rotary?
I think in membership development, I think I did. I have shared the sense of being a Rotarian to quite a number of people in our area. They were all active, and certainly they participated, contributed to projects.
So we're going to talk about looking forward a little bit. So what is your vision and hopes for Rotary's role in addressing future challenges?
Be encouraging the joining of young business and professional persons join, and allow them the privilege of leadership, of growing, of learning, in order that Rotary can adapt to new challenges. Young people, young minds.
And I actually ran out of battery space on one of my cameras, so I want to get over here, and I actually want to shake your hand and congratulate you
Salamat.
for all your achievements and every bit of the contributions that you've done over the year, and I know for the contributions that you're going to do and the time moving forward from right here, right now. Anyway, congratulations.
Please continue doing what you do, applying your skills in being a good member of Rotary.
Well, you are an inspiration. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marami pong salamat sa paggawad ng karangalan pong ito sa akin. Ito po ay nakakatuwang lubos dahil sa pagkilala po sa mga nagawa ko pong pagtulong sa mga, particularly po sa mga batang may bingot. Ano po, malaki ang impact po na ito para sa tuloy-tuloy pong pagbibigay ng libreng operasyon, dahil nalalaman na po natin na mayroon po palang mga organisasyon po na kumikilala sa mga ganito pong humanitarian activities at ano po. Pangalawa, isa rin po itong oportunidad para maipakita rin po sa mga kapwa natin profesional, hindi lang po sa mga doktor at sa iba pa pong profesional, na ang mga ganito pong natatanging paggawa at pagtulong ay may nangyayaring pagkilala na that can push you forward to do more.
Dr. Nadal, as an awardee of the Natatanging Parangal for non-Rotarian category, what inspired you to do such a noble cause of doing free surgeries?
Po, ang aking pagiging volunteer po as a plastic surgeon sa pag-oopera ng libre sa mga pasyenteng may mga bingot ay nagsimula po nung nasa training pa po ako sa government 2008. Nakita ko po dito yung mga pasyente talaga pong walang tutulong sa kanila kundi po ang mga professional at mga volunteers na walang hinihinging kapalit. Isa sa mga naging napakagandang inspirasyon sa akin po dito ay actually hindi po yung pasyente kundi yung buong pamilya nila. Ano po? Dahil after po natin maoperahan ng libre ang pasyente, lalo po yung mga walang-wala, ay makikita mo sa mga ngiti nila pagbalik yung hope, yung joy, yung saya. Ano po? So yun po yung ibibigay nating kaligayahan at kapunuan sa mga kababayan nating ito na nangangailangan. Sila po talaga yung nangangailangan ng tulong.
By the way, do you mentor other plastic surgeons?
Yes, indirectly kasi po as of the moment wala pa po tayong standard training dito sa Batangas. However, may mga plastic surgeons po in training na coming from Manila that they come here every time po na may gagawin tayong libreng operasyon, and I can teach them. Secondly po, dito po sa ating probinsya, I also started to initiate po. I initiated a possible training in plastic surgery, fellowship in plastic surgery through the Batangas Medical Center.
Oh, so that is your goals as a mentor.
Yes.
How long have you been with Smile Training, and what motivates you to be part of this?
I'm with Smile Training since 2008 when I was still in training in the Philippine General Hospital. What motivates me to stay, it's actually the passion of helping these kids, not only these kids but the whole family.
By the way, are there any new projects, activities, or causes you're passionate about supporting our community?
For the new projects and activities po, ang aking linya po kasi ay plastic surgery. So, ang akin po pinaplano is to maintain po itong mga proyekto na to sa mga bata, makapagbigay ng libreng operasyon sa mga bata. Gusto lang po natin gawin is i-expand po ito, hindi lang po dito gawin, kundi mas marami pa pong ospital na willing makipag-partner. Kaya po yan. Bukod po doon, gagawin po din natin, isa sa mga plano natin na gawing comprehensive po ang management ng cleft patients. Hindi lang po kasi yan isang operasyon o dalawang operasyon. In a lifetime of a particular cleft patient, they at least will need 5 surgeries sa buong buhay nila. So gusto natin ito maging komprehensibo. Hindi lang po ako isa lang po ako sa mga personalidad na tumutulong. Marami pa pong iba. So isa po ito sa mga gusto kong gawin sana, na magkaroon tayo ng komprehensibong center for cleft, na multidisciplinary po ang ating paggamot at papaganda sa kanila.
What does receiving this award mean to you?
It means a lot, sir. After so many years of doing this free surgeries for hundreds of patients already, ako po ay sobra-sobrang natutuwa dahil sa inyong pagkilala sa mga efforts na nagawa po namin. Napakalaking bagay po maging isang recipient ng parangal na ito. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Linda.